He takes off the watch underneath the table mid-interview because he realizes he has it on and how bad it looks to tell workers that they need to slave away at jobs they hate for 2 extra years in order to retire. He's saying that everybody's got to give and help and work. And apparently, whether it's 80,000 euros or not, let's say it's 2,000, whatever, it doesn't matter. It is insanely expensive. And he quietly takes it off under the table, but people noticed. So I'm going to play that clip. So if you're seeing this and you're not listening to the podcast, on the left, he has the watch on. On the right, it no longer has it on. But here's the part right here where he takes it off under the table. You can tell because it's quite odd for someone to put both hands under a table actually during an interview. As I'm sitting talking to you right now, I have my hands out, and one under the table might be fairly normal, but to put both hands under the table, you generally are doing something. Like the only time I ever do when I'm on a panel up on a stage, the only time I ever put both hands under a table is when I'm jacking off. No, is when I'm like reaching for the bottle of water or something. So and trying to take the cap of the bottle of water off without making a scene. That would be the only reason, one of the only reasons that you'd ever like have both hands. But instead, he doesn't have the watch on, and then he has the watch on and he doesn't have it on. And it just goes to show what he is, who he is, what he stands for. The fact that he has on a 2,000 or 8,000 or whatever dollar euro watch in the first place is disgusting and revolting. And I cannot even imagine, I cannot even imagine what he must have been promised by, I want to say corporate America, but I realize it's France, by corporate France in order to force through this pension in his final term, what will almost definitely be his final term. In France, maybe you can only have 2 terms, or maybe they just know he's not going to run again because he fucking could never win. Either way, it shows who he is. Even if he hadn't taken the watch off, even if people just noticed that he had on a fucking $3,000 watch, that's enough. But the taking it off shows that he also is trying to hide who he is to people. And all of this seems so familiar because this is exactly what America is right now as well. America is incredibly rich lawmakers exploiting people at every level. The $15 minimum wage, right? Do you remember when that was going through Congress? And not only did they vote it down, but Sinema, she walked up there and gave like a dancing thumbs down, and she's a so-called Democrat. But then again, that just proves the Democrats are as disgusting, as repulsive, as parasitic as the Republicans. And she goes dancing up there and gives a thumb down, votes against $15 minimum wage, which isn't even enough of a wage increase these days. And it's the same shit. This is an incredibly rich man exploiting people more and more every day. And he's a representative, right? He's a puppet. He's representing corporate France. He's representing the ruling elite of France that want to exploit people more and more and not have to pay for people to retire, despite the fact that they've donated whatever number of years of their time to corporate France. So, and people in France know how to fucking protest. They know how to protest far more than people in the US. They know how to make it creative. They know how to make it angry. They know how to make it effective. They know how to inconvenience people, cause problems.